Okay, we were gone for 2 weeks, sort of. We took a week off. In that week off, what did you get up to, really?
Oh my God.
Other than the party. Other than the party, of course.
Yeah,
Anything
so
that you wanted to highlight?
I didn't do too much. Like, honestly,
Yeah.
I last weekend I spent most of my Sunday recording an audiobook, which is a book
Yeah.
that I finished. So I'll talk about that in a little bit. But it took a long time because, the book is The Island of Dr. Moreau by H.G. Wells. And this book came out in the 1800s. So there's lots of like weird words and stuff. So it took me a long time because of like looking up how to pronounce things and like whatever. But it was lots of fun. Like, I'm glad that I finished it. So that'll be, it's in post-production right now. It'll come out soonish. I still have to finish editing it. But that was a big thing that I feel like happy to have off my plate. But then other than that, to kind of balance out the work and play throughout the weekend and the following week, I have been playing a lot of Stardew. Like, a lot of Stardew. So you and I started a farm a week or two ago. But that's not the only farm I have going on right now. I actually have 4 different farms happening right now. Ever since the update came out, I started one by myself, one with Kyle, one with you, and then one with my friends Rebecca and Julia. The day after the party, we played for 4 hours. we all had our laptops and we all played Stardew. So I've been doing that quite a lot because also my regular job work has been like really, really busy lately. And so I've just been like, I just need to play games.
Yep.
So
totally.
That's pretty much what I've been doing. I've been working and playing lots of Stardew. So, although the weather has also been really nice the past few days, so I've been sitting outside and reading, which I'm really excited about for spring and summer to kind of start rolling around so I can do that more. And I put sunscreen on, but I missed one little patch on my arm, so I have a weird red patch on my arm now. So that's fun. That's my fun update for going outside. Be very careful when you go outside, people. But that's it. Nothing too exciting.
Well, I went and saw the Eclipse.
Oh, yeah.
I definitely want to talk to you guys about this because it was one of the most insane things I've ever seen.
Ooh.
So, I knew that this eclipse was happening like 2 years ago or something because I follow a lot of science YouTubers like Hank Green and stuff, and they're like mentioning it like this thing is coming, you're going to want to see it. And so like a year ago, I said to my brother and to Connor, like, I really want to go see this eclipse. I think it's going to be really cool. And we're really lucky because we're only a few hours. Like, we live in Nova Scotia. It was going to happen in New Brunswick. It was going to be in the path of full totality. And so we're like, we're only a couple hours away. Like, we could drive over and see it and it would be awesome.
Yeah.
And so we were like, this is a great idea. And then CJ, we got 2 of CJ's best friends in on the plan. So we were like, okay, we're going to do this thing. We also decided to kind of combo this trip with experiencing New Brunswick. Because all of us, apart from one person who like was born and raised in Nova Scotia, so she has been in New Brunswick a few times, but none of us other ones have like really knew much about New Brunswick. So we're like, let's kind of explore New Brunswick and then end with the eclipse. So we spent the first day in Moncton, where we did a bunch of fun, cute things. Like, we went to Magnetic Hill, which is this like optical illusion. Where you like drive to the bottom of this hill. Yeah. Then you put your car in neutral or turn it off. And then it feels like you roll up the hill. Whoa. It's honestly, it was impressive. We were all like, okay, yeah, we were worried that it was going to be a little bit like fake, not fake, but like gimmicky and like, okay, maybe this would have been fun for a child, but for us, it's really not. But it really actually did feel like we were rolling uphill. The car was off though. Like it was weird. It was really fun. So we had a fun time. We also had, oh my God, one of the best meals of our lives at a restaurant called Gusto, an Italian restaurant. Unbelievable. If you're in Moncton, go to Gusto. It was awesome. The next day we went to St. John. Beautiful town, probably my favorite of the 3 towns that we went to. It was just really, really beautiful. We also did a big nature walk that day, and it was just stunning. But it was Sunday, so everything was closed, and it was a little bit of a ghost town, but we still had a lot of fun. It's a vibe. And then the final day we went to Fredericton, which is where the eclipse was happening. And we had our eclipse glasses and we were all being really careful about it, like really intensely careful about it because you're supposed to be. As the eclipse starts happening, it was starting to get darker throughout the day, but very slowly. Yeah. And I was starting to worry that I had dragged all of these people to New Brunswick for no reason because I was like, actually, how impressive can this even be? Yeah. actually, now I'm worried, and I'm like, no, it's fine. Like, even if this eclipse thing is kind of a dud, like an anticlimax, this was still a fun weekend. Like, we had a lot of fun, so it's fine. It's fine. I'm looking at the sun with the glasses. In the final moments, people are starting to freak out. Like, we were there with hundreds of people, right? We were next to a river, but we were in town, so there was like hundreds of people that were out to see this. I'm looking at the sun with my glasses, and I'm seeing the very last moments of the sun as it is covered.
Yeah.
And then it's in full totality. And that's when you're allowed to take your glasses off. I take my glasses off. At the same moment, my 4 friends are behind me facing the other way because they were looking at the river, how it was getting completely dark.
Whoa.
Right? So they're like, Ariel, you've got to see this. You've got to see this. But I'm looking up at the sun. And then I take my glasses off, and I actually screamed. I couldn't control it, but everyone was screaming.
Yeah.
And I was like, you guys have to see. And they all turned around and lowered their glasses, and then they all started screaming. And we were like, what is going on? I know that everyone makes like a cheesy thing of like how it is like a spiritual experience. It actually was like a spiritual experience, because I think it's because you look up at the sky every day and you only really see 3 things. You see it rainy, so it's cloudy. You see it sunny, or you see it dark because it's night. Like, those are the 3 things that we have, basically. Looking up at the sun, and it's an actual black hole. Raylene, it was just a black disc in the sky, surrounded by white fire flame. You're like, it was absurd. And it was so short. It was 3 minutes, I think we had of pure totality. And we're all freaking out, or 2.5 minutes. Like, we're freaking out. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. It was also the weirdest type of lighting that I've ever experienced. Because everyone's like, it's going to feel just like dusk. It did not feel like dusk.
Whoa.
It was still so bright. Like, it was still so clear. You could see everything. All the details were really clear and crisp. Creepy. And everything was very clear. But it was dark.
Yeah.
Like, it was like very ambient light, but very dark. It was
cool. Just unreal. Like, all of it.
It was just unreal. It felt so sci-fi to look into the sky and see this, like, basically like an alien thing, like a spaceship thing. It was unreal. And then, just as quick as it happened, it faded off. And the sun started to shine back out again. And we're all like, and we're just supposed to move on with our lives now? Like,
what time of day did it happen at?
It was 4:30.
Oh, yeah. So
p.m.
Definitely full daylight still.
Oh, my God.
So cool.
It was nuts. Wow. It was amazing.
That's awesome. I'm so glad you got to experience that.
Yeah, me too. And I really, there are more coming. Like, I think there's another one in 20 years. Like, I recommend people go and see that.
Set a reminder. Incredible. I want to go to that, wherever it is.
Yeah. It's I think it's in the southern United States. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
That's so cool.
The other fun thing that happened, I went to a new bookshop. So let's transition and do a little book haul.